What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And 4 new PRX models, of course, by Tissot. Let's have a look at the 4 new iterations of a 35mm PRX Powermatic 80. Hi, this is Lex, Senior Editor at Fratello, and today I'm looking at the new 35mm Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. I like it for its looks, its fair price, and its Powermatic 80 movement. Maybe you've noticed my light blue 40mm PRX. Well, we're gonna have a little bit of a comparison later on in the video, but first we're gonna concentrate on these 4 new watches. 4 colors: dark blue, black, green and white, but not your average white band. Pick up the pieces. Yes, that's the song you have in your head right now. Pick up the pieces, average white band. I think they're from Scotland. Anyway, the white dialed PRX has a mother of pearl dial, and combine that with the little, is it a tapisserie? Yeah, it is a tapisserie checkered board dial that makes for something very, very stylish. Not necessarily very ladylike, because I think mother of pearl can be worn by anyone. I mean, I've seen men wear pearl necklaces and I think it's actually kind of cool. Before we dive into the current 4 new models, let's have a quick look at where the PRX actually comes from. Well, it comes from 1978, and the watch actually looked a lot like this. It had a slightly smaller case, there was a quartz movement inside, and it wasn't called PRX, it was called C-Star. Now, C-Star you might know because Tissot still uses that for a current collection. PRX was something that came later and they stuck to PRX. PRX stands for precise and robust, and the X doesn't mark the spot, it's the Roman numeral X, 10 atmosphere. So now you know that these watches were water resistant to a depth of 100 meters or 10 atmosphere. 2021 saw the relaunch of the current PRX line. It was a series of watches that was developed incredibly fast, which is kind of interesting because the management at Tissot saw integrated luxury sports watches were all the thing, all the rage, so they had to get in. And they had something actually in their back catalog that ticked all the boxes, the PRX, and it was an immediate success. In 2021, Tissot launched the first batch of 40mm quartz PRXs. And this collection was actually designed at a breakneck speed. The brand just had a new CEO. They looked at the back catalog and found something that actually completely ticked all the boxes of the very popular luxury sports watch. The hype that is still raging. So it started with a 40mm quartz, then later that year in the summer of 2021 there was an automatic version. The year after the chronograph came, there was also the release of 35mm quartz models, the one that actually mimicked the original watch best, and now there is this quartet of automatic 35mm models. With these 4 new models, the current lineup makes a total of 36 PRX references. So that was pretty fast how Tissot expanded the catalog. There's actually 37 models because there's also a Boucherer Blue edition, which is quite nice, but that's completely beside the point. Let's just focus on these 4. What you get is pretty much the same as what you get in the 40mm, so you get the exact same Powermatic 80 movement. The Powermatic 80, the workhorse of the Swatch Group. The Powermatic 80 started life as an ETA 2824 That is a 4 Hz automatic movement, and what they did is they down-tuned it to 3 Hz to get to that impressive 80 hours of power reserve. Well, if you don't wear it all the time, that 80 hours does come in handy. What else do you get? Well, you get sapphire glass in the back and the front, and on the front you can watch the nicely checkered dial, and on the back you can see the movement I mentioned. In what way is this watch different from the quartz version? Well, a number of things. The obvious difference between the two is the presence of a mechanical versus a quartz movement, but there's also a difference in dials. The quartz one has a sunburst dial. This one has the tapisserie checkered dial, which resembles more or less one of the icons in the luxury sports watch realm. You know the one, I'm not going to name it. Another distinct difference is the thickness of the watch. The quartz is 9.6 and this one is just over 11 millimeters. There's also a price difference. The quartz version is 395 euros in the Netherlands and the automatic is 745. That's quite a premium for a mechanical movement, but it does give that horological je ne sais quoi. If you want to go completely old school, I think the quartz is maybe nicer than the automatic. But the automatic does have, and especially in the dark blue version, that very luxurious looking dial that reflects the light very, very well. But how does it compare to the 40 millimeters? Why can I compare these? Because the prices are identical. All this extra steel doesn't cost you a dime more. Both are 745 euros. So which of the two do I prefer? Let's compare apples to apples, because apples to oranges, this is definitely not. I really thought when I first saw this watch that it would be too small, but it's actually not too small. So you could say this 35 wears like a 37, but that would also mean that this 40 wears like a 42, which is also kind of accurate. My advice is just to go and try them all, although I have been told that certain colors of the 40 are hard to get. What I'm trying to say here is that, yes, this is my personal preference, but this is a very good looking watch that looks luxurious and sporty and is a very nice addition to the already very rich PRX collection. Conclusion, the 35 is not only a nice addition, it's also a very well-priced watch. The build quality is solid, the looks are way more expensive, and now it's just a matter of taste. Which one is your favorite? Please have a pick. Navy blue, black, very dark green, or pearly white. Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, like and subscribe, and come back real soon for more watch videos. Thank you for watching.